There are some movie-going experiences that so violently sear themselves into your brain that they become part of who you are. Watching Mad Max Fury Road on the big screen was one of them. Hi, I'm Stuart, and this is the Positive Pictures Show, where I talk about things I love in movies. No time wasted. No moments unnecessary. Right from the fiery logos and brutal voiceover, you know you're in for something extraordinary. All exposition is done within seconds, and the stage is set for a high-octane adventure that you will never forget. My gosh, the cinematography of this movie is stunning. It is nothing like the gray post-apocalyptic movies we're used to. This movie is technicolor insanity, with hyper-saturated landscapes and a rumbling, roaring sound design. You can feel all of its texture. Everything is tangible and dirty, covered in sand and dust, blood and grime. Oh man, I love it. It's a visual feast. You can't take it all in. Even just the tattooing scene has more style and layers of design than whole billion-dollar franchises. The music kicks in and you feel it in your bones. By taking out frames here or there, it makes the initial action scene feel like a nightmare. You're going through the same trauma trip as Max and there's no escape. But because you've seen other movies, you think there is. Maybe up the railing, up the chain, maybe down the hallway, maybe out the door. But no, there is no escaping the Fury Road. Charlize Theron owns this movie. Man, even just her eyes command magnetism and power. You feel and fear her before you ever even see her. Immortan Joe is a villain for the ages. He is all pomp and villainy, every ounce of design calculated to instill fear and reverence. He's an evil god, a patriarchal horror holding his white, diseased fist over this whole civilization. The voice is everything. It deserves to be next to Vader in menace and resonance.
Do not, my friends, become addicted to water. It will take hold of you, and you will resent its absence.
My goodness. The horse teeth mask, the medals, the armor, the hair. He is a revelation. Few, if any, designs match his. Get ready, because I'm going to be talking a lot about the design of this movie. The music in the water scene gives us a hint of the grandeur of the story. Man, you can just feel this movie. There are people there. Dozens, if not hundreds of people on set, filling this world. It's amazing and terrifying, especially as they crawl over each other like roaches. The beautiful open road breathes wide as the tension starts. We don't know why yet. They don't waste time telling us, but we know something is going to happen. We are step by step introduced to this world without anyone holding our hands or helping us out. There's so much to consume, we can't keep up. The milking, the gardens, Immortan's sons, there's too much and it's all so interesting. But we know something.
They are not your property.
Miss Kitty!
You cannot own a human being. Sooner or later, someone pushes back.
Where is she taking them?
She didn't take them, they begged her to go.
That's all we need. Someone is fighting back, and the Immortan is not having it. There are so many moments of brilliance already. I love that they worship V8 like a god.
If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die historic on the Fury Road.
Every car, every cavern is a stunning piece of art. It was all intricately and uniquely crafted for this movie. The doof wagon, the drums. Man.
I am awaited in Valhalla!
I can't keep up. The remarkable things are coming too fast, all preparing us for the action. Dang, the action. This movie makes every other action movie look like Toy Story. How a former doctor, grandpa, and director of Babe Pig in the City crafted this berserker masterpiece, I'll never know. All I know is that I love it. This movie does brilliant things with color. The war boys and the brides are white, clothing-wise and their body paint, because they are innocents in this world. They are slaves to a madman who steals the color white, but underneath is actually sickly and grotesque. Furiosa starts with black on her face because she has borne the brunt of evil. but through her search for redemption, she is cleaned. Max, Rictus, Furiosa, the mothers, the lieutenants, and so many others are brown and orange, the colors of the world around them. They are products of this world, not slaves to it, and thus aren't innocent but aren't necessarily evil. I'll never be able to say enough about the visual and design craft of this movie. You could make a whole art exhibit off of just the costumes. Max's outfit lines up with the chronology of the series. He rocks the old leather jacket with the one sleeve missing and the leg brace. Furiosa is so visually stunning, especially the haphazard arm and the pauldron. Everything is so unique. It isn't the consignment BDSM world of the old series, and it isn't quite steampunk. The costume design is singular, a fascinating mixture of Bedouin, heavy metal, and Viking mixed with lavish wealth and severe poverty. The cars by themselves, just driving back and forth, no plot or characters, could be a movie, and I'd watch it. Man, the war rig feels like a great dragon the heroes have befriended. I love the buzzards with their spikes, they're so menacing. Immortan's Cadillac tells us so much about his character. It's excessive and gaudy, with all this pomp and pretense. The People Eater's truck is so muscly and fat. The doof wagon is just amazing. Who thought of that? The drums, the fire, the everything. Just amazing. The first action beat is the Immortan's party chasing the war rig as the buzzards attack. This mayhem is somehow overwhelming and entirely clear, but one moment stands above the rest. The air comes out of your lungs as the war boy leaps. You don't want to blink in fear you'll miss the next great moment. And then it comes. The buzzard flies off and the chaos is so gloriously beautiful. Right when you think we're out of it though, the absolutely stunning sandstorm fills the screen to Herculean proportions. Lightning, sand, fire, and wind. I've never seen anything like this on screen. The music grows and the violence turns into a symphony. Ended only by a beautiful flare in the sand. Hardy is severely underrated in this role. Actors who go on long, beautiful speeches get all the nominations, but I think it's more impressive to say a lot with a little. Hardy says a lot with grunts, glares, and gazes. He may be known as a mumble growler in most of his movies, but heck, it really works in this one. He's a feral beast, a ferocious barbarian who exudes rage and regret in every punch and grumble. The Rube Goldberg intricacy of the Max Furiosa fight is just perfect. He's connected to Nux. Nux is chained to him. Nux is helping Max as far as he has to in order to get to the brides. The brides are fighting Nux, who is pulling on Max, who is battling Furiosa, who is protecting the brides, who are afraid of Max. Oh, so much is happening. Yet it's so clear. George Miller, man. I don't know how he does it, but please teach every other director in Hollywood. Everything in this scene is clear and used and remembered and factored in. You get a real sense of place. I love the brides. In so little screen time, they each differentiate themselves from one another and get a chance to shine. I'm in love with Riley Keough, so clearly Capable is my favorite, but they're all great. The messaging is clear, but never preachy. If this is what feminism looks like, I'm all freaking in. Fury Road is a much deeper movie than most would give it credit for. It's not just the expert directing, the gorgeous cinematography, the novel action, the impeccable design, and the breathtaking score that sets this movie apart. It's the film's dedication to character. Nobody feels wasted and shallow. Every character seems very realized, like they've lived whole lives without us, and we're just popping in on them on some random Thursday. Especially when it comes to our leads. Furiosa, Max, and Nux aren't exactly action heroes. They're just violently inclined people in a terrible situation. And they each get small moments to just be. Furiosa is a true badass. We only get hints at what she has done, but as a woman, to become one of the highest ranking lieutenants in a viciously patriarchal warrior society, she must have done some extraordinarily evil things. Charlize displays a subtle level of sadness mixed under all the barbarity. You can feel, because of Theron's expert acting, her whole history. She loves these brides. She longs for her past, and she feels that if she fights hard enough for others, she can be freed from the guilt and gain
Redemption.
Max reeks of regret. He's a road warrior, sure, but fighting for what war? He has nothing in the beginning, just an animal who gets literally muzzled. But he gets a chance to learn to become a man again. He's given the chance to run away, he's given the chance to roam free. But he chooses to join Furiosa in their return to the Citadel so he can
Come across some kind of redemption.
but he can't stay. That just isn't his world. The two of them gain a real respect for each other, and I love it. It isn't about one being better or worse, it's about maximizing strengths to survive. They fight so well in sync against the motorcycles, they trust each other to work and drive without supervision. Max trusts Furiosa to shoot the bullet farmer regardless of his pride. Furiosa believes Max will come back from destroying the tank regardless of past mistrust. Their unity is the core relationship of the movie. Now Nux is so pathetic. Everything he is, everything he believes and dreams of is based on a manipulative lie. The only decision he makes for himself is to fall in love with Capable. He was never long for this world, but he has this dream of dying for something great, to earn Valhalla. And unlike all other war boys, he actually does it. Maybe the greatest moment in this entire movie, including the immense action, kinetic killing, and jaw-dropping junkyard cars, is Furiosa's heartbreak. The land of many mothers is gone. The land that she dreamed of and believed in is no more. All hope, all momentum and motivation gets shattered. The score and the framing of this moment makes it impossibly devastating. But enough about character and intimacy. Let's get back to the violence. There are some shots that I honestly can't believe are real. What a momentous movie. What a breathtaking, awe-inspiring, mind-boggling dream of a film. There has been and there never will be anything like it. To see it in theaters multiple times, have you, was a hallmark memory in my love of film. It was just, wow. What a piece of art. As the movie ends, it isn't satisfied to just go out in a flash of action. There is so much glorious pathos at the end of this brutal joyride. The death of Nux, his meaningful, truly Valhalla-worthy sacrifice, makes your heart melt. Max and Furiosa get to share this intimate moment of partnership, bringing back and paying off Max's universal donorship and the tubing he's been carrying around, and finally fully humanizing Max. Now the two get to embark in a beautiful, albeit horrific, new world of their own making. Furiosa and the brides get to try to rebuild the Citadel, bringing green and water to an orange and dry world. And Max gets to happily wander back into the waste, knowing that he has made a difference.